everyone, it's Sinclair here. Just wanted to bring you guys a quick morning yoga workout routine that you can do to kind of get your day started and moving in a positive direction. So we're gonna go ahead and start in a seated position on our mat, taking nice big deep breaths here, making sure your spine is stacked in a nice straight line, head right over your heart, heart right over your pelvis, and just begin to deepen your breath here. Focus on some intentions for your practice, some goals for your day. And maybe make it your intention to just not think about anything else you have to do today. I have nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just spending this time on our mind and our body. So with each inhale, go ahead and hug those shoulders up by your ears. Exhale, roll them down your back. Big inhale, hug those shoulders in. Exhale, roll them down your back. Keep doing this with your own breath, beginning to work one breath, one movement. Big inhales, squeezing those shoulders down and back. Couple more times here. Awesome. And from here, we're just gonna make our way to all fours for some cat-cows. So you want your hands stacked right underneath your shoulders, your knees stacked right underneath your hips. Spread your fingers nice and wide. On your inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your chin, lift your tailbone. Stretch out your belly as much as you can. Exhale, pull everything in, hug your chin, tuck your tailbone. Really press the ground away from you. Big inhale, drop your belly. Maybe take some side stretches here. Exhale, press the ground away, get really tall. Inhale, drop your belly, pull your shoulders away from your ears. Try to get even more space in your neck. Exhale, cat back. Do this for a few more breath cycles, your own movement, your own time, finding whatever feels good for you. One more big deep inhale, and exhale, one more cat back. Awesome. And from here, you're just gonna walk your hands out like one hand's distance. Go ahead and tuck your toes and send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. So in your downward facing dog, your fingers are nice and spread. You're rooting down through the base of your thumb and trying to relax your spine as much as possible. So letting your head and your neck hang heavy. Maybe pedaling out your feet here. Coming up on your toes, rolling out your ankles. Awesome. From here, we're just slowly gonna walk our feet up to meet our hands. Hang heavy in your forward fold with your knees bent for just a little bit. Maybe grabbing onto both elbows and rocking from side to side. Nodding your head yes and no. Then release your elbows, bend your knees, roll all the way up to standing. Let your arms float out and overhead. Take a big deep breath here. Roll out your wrists. Find that nice solid foundation through the base of your big toe, base of your pinky toe and your heel. Letting your tailbone hang heavy. Take a big deep inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, keep your spine straight as you forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway for a flat back, lengthening through the crown of your head and through your tailbone. Exhaling down and stepping back to plank pose. Awesome. So pressing the ground away, almost coming into a cat back here. We're not sinking into our shoulders. Our hips aren't collapsing. Staying really strong. Take a big deep breath in, and on your exhale, chaturanga practice. So lowering down halfway, hug those elbows in. Inhale, pressing up through upward facing dog, pulling your shoulders down away from your ears. Take a big deep breath in. Hug your belly button into your spine as you come up and back for downward facing dog. Awesome job, you guys. And spin your knees, pedal out your feet. And from here, we're going to do something a little bit different. So really pressing down into your hands, into all 10 knuckles. You're going to come through a cat back, so puffing up through the top of your back, rolling out to plank pose. Awesome. Hug that belly button into your spine, staying nice and strong here. Quieting your mind. Building up some heat, getting ready for the day. Take a big deep inhale. Exhale, making it back to downward facing dog. Awesome. We're just going to do this a couple more times. Big deep breath in. Exhale, rolling all the way out to plank pose. Head is the very last thing to arrive. Big deep breath in. Exhale, lifting our hips up and back to downward facing dog. One more big deep inhale. Exhale, rolling myself all the way out to my plank pose. Staying nice and strong, top of my push-up. Take a big deep breath in. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Let's do 2 more of those. One big deep breath in. Exhale, rolling out to plank pose. Nice and strong, pressing the ground away. Big deep inhale. Exhale, lifting our sit bones up and back for downward facing dog. Last one, big deep breath in. Exhale, rolling out to plank pose. Staying nice and strong, sticking with it. Big deep breath in. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Awesome. And again, slowly walking your feet up to meet your hands. Hang heavy for just a second. Really releasing your back. Maybe you take some wrist stretches here. Stepping on your palms if you have the space for it. Coming back to those deep, easy breaths. To that positive thinking. Go ahead and bend your knees, roll all the way up to standing, let your arms float out and overhead. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway, spine nice and straight, shoulders hugging in. Exhale, folding down and stepping back to plank pose. Take a big deep breath in here. On your exhale, chaturanga practice. Hug those elbows in. And inhale all the way up to upward facing dog. Pull those shoulders down away from your ears. Take a big breath in. Exhale, coming up and back to downward facing dog. Anchor down that left heel as you inhale your right heel up and back. Heel pointing straight up, toes pointing straight down towards the ground. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, hug your knee all the way to your nose, coming almost like you're in a plank pose. Lift that leg up, hug that belly button in, and plant that right foot down in between your feet. Awesome job. From here, we're gonna lower our back knee, untuck those toes, and inhale all the way up to a nice low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Breathing easy here. I'm gonna take a big deep inhale, fingertips kiss up at the top. Exhale, twisting over, press your palms into one another to try to dial your heart all the way over to your thumbs. And breathe in nice and deep to your belly. Try to relax your face, maybe give a quick smile. Waking up our digestive system here, getting a nice detox, waking up our spine. Take one more big deep breath in, and exhale, release back down to the mat. We're gonna untuck our back toes and step it back to plank pose. Take a big deep breath in, exhale, chaturanga practice. And coming up through your cobra, inhale, hug that belly button into your spine as you come up and back to downward facing dog. Doing good, you guys. Anchor down that right heel. Inhale your left leg up and back. And exhale, coming all the way through, hugging that knee to your nose, press the ground away, and plant that left foot in between your hands. You're gonna anchor down that right heel, lower your right foot, and inhale all the way up to Anjaneyasana. Maybe roll out your wrists here if you need to. Try to square your hips to the front of the mat. Take a big deep breath in, fingertips kiss up at the top, and exhale all the way over. Again, trying to dial your heart to your thumbs by pressing your hands into one another and breathing into your belly. Squeeze your inner thighs in towards one another. Take a big deep breath in and exhale, release back down to the mat. Untuck those back toes. Sweep your left foot back. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, chaturanga practice. And inhaling up to upward facing dog. Hug your belly button into your spine. Protect that low back as you come up and back for downward facing dog. And nice and slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands. Hang heavy for just a second. Bring your big toes into touching. Your heels can be about 1 inch apart. Take a big deep breath in, and on your exhale, sit your hips back for a nice chair pose. Coming back to those deep breaths. Focusing on those positive thoughts, those positive qualities about yourself. With each exhale, with each powerful exhale, get rid of all your stress, all your frustrations, making room for the only things that will serve you in a positive way. Big deep inhales, lifting your chest, shoulders rolling back. Big full exhales. Sit your hips back even more. Take one more big deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Awesome job. Go ahead and bend your knees. Roll all the way up to standing. This time our hands are just gonna stop at the front of the room. Pausing in mountain pose. Tailbone hanging heavy. Shoulders are rolled back. And we're just breathing easy. Catching back up with those deep breaths. From here, what I want you to do is interlace your hands behind your back. Take a big deep breath in, straighten your arms and pull them away from your body. Still trying to tuck that tailbone, not arching our back. Tuck that tailbone and just breathe easy. Send all your oxygen to all this space that you're opening up right here, all that space you're creating. Maybe lift your chest. And if you feel like you have some room, you can take some really nice and slow head circles, opening up and activating the throat chakra. And going back the opposite direction. Taking whatever feels right, couple more breaths. Take one more big deep inhale. Exhale, gently release that, and your arms are gonna float up and overhead. Big breath in, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway, flat back. Exhale, folding down and stepping back to plank pose, top of your push-up. Stand really strong here. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. And inhaling up to upward facing dog. Pull those shoulders away from your ears. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, up and back to downward facing dog. Your next inhale, you're gonna sweep your right leg up and back. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, hug that knee all the way to your nose and plant your foot. Awesome. From here, you're gonna inhale your arms all the way up for your high lunge. Taking deep, easy breaths here. Squeezing your inner thighs, lifting through the midline, finding a lightness here. Take a big deep breath. And on your exhale, pull your elbows forward. Bring your hands coming back together. Should look kind of like a goalpost. Really pulling those elbows forward, pulling those hands back. Again, breathing into all that space that you're opening up. It should feel really nice. Doing good, guys. We're almost done. Go ahead and drop your hands. Inhale all the way up. On your exhale, spin that left heel down and open up to warrior two. So really sinking into that right side. Pulling your pinkies back. Your right knee is tracking open. And we're breathing easy here. Still sending out lots of energy through that left leg, pressing out through the outer edge of our foot, building strength, building confidence, building flexibility, all at the same time. Take a nice big deep breath in, and exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Sweep that right foot back to meet your left. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, chaturanga down. And inhale up to your upward facing dog. Take a big deep breath in and exhale up and back to downward facing dog. Maybe slow your breath here just a little bit. Anchor down that right heel as you inhale your left leg up and back. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, hug that knee all the way to your nose. Press the ground away. And plant that foot. Keep your back knee lifted as you inhale all the way up. Nice high lunge. Again, squeezing your inner thighs together, finding that lightness. Breathing easy. Take one more big deep breath in. On your exhale, cactus arms, elbows come forward, fingers are spread, you're reaching your thumbs back for one another. Breathing easy. Opening up the front of our body, waking up the front of our body. Doing good. One more big deep inhale. Exhale, release your arms. On your next inhale, coming all the way up, spinning that right heel down and opening up to warrior two. So again, your pinkies are pulling back, gazing out over that left middle finger, and your left knee is tracking open. Coming back to those deep breaths, slowing your mind. Bringing your thoughts to all you have to be grateful for. Maybe with each exhale, you're visualizing all that stress, all those toxins just leaving your life. One more big deep breath in. Exhale, fold it down to the mat. Last chaturanga, sweep that foot back. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, chaturanga down. And coming up through your upward facing dog, pull those shoulders away from your ears. This time we're gonna plant our knees, keep our big toes together as we spread our knees as wide as we'd like, and take a nice little rest in child's pose. Let your heart fully melt down to the ground. Deepen your breath. And from here, we're slowly gonna roll ourselves all the way up until we're sitting right on top of our knees. Keeping our spine nice and tall, pulling those shoulders back. Take a nice big deep breath here. Bring those hands together behind your back one more time. Interlace them and pull them back. Really opening up the front of our body. Again, trying to hug in those lower ribs, trying to keep your tailbone nice and tucked. Again, if you'd like, you can take your head in slow neck circles. Breathing easy. And back the opposite direction. Really slowly, really gently, go ahead and release your hands. Maybe shake out your arms a little bit. And just ending our practice right here. Sit up nice and tall. And with each exhale, just send out love and kindness into the world. Maybe a little bit of positivity. And bring your hands together at heart center, plugging your thumbs into your sternum to lift your chest. With each exhale, again, sending out love and dedicating this practice to somebody who needs it a little bit more than we do. Namaste.